How about Linda Pence? Let me just say one thing about Linda Pence. Linda Pence has actually tried cases in Florida. Her opponent is working very well. We got out of law school, went to work for the
Mr. Mo Davison.
Thank you, and thanks so much for the opportunity, invitation to stop by. I tried to recount. I think this is my 4th or 5th one of these in a row, but you folks in Kokomo always put on a great picnic, a great event every year, organized labor. You know, I had the opportunity, being elected delegate from Indiana, to be in Denver, Colorado this past week, and folks, change is in the air. Change is in the air. You know, we have a democratic platform that not a single day went by that organized labor and unions weren't mentioned several times during several speeches. We went to the candidates' official souvenir sites. Barack Obama's official site, every piece of clothing, every gizmo, every gadget, everything they had at his his souvenir site was union made, 100%. That says something about how Barack Obama feels about organized labor and unions. Change is in the air, and change is in the air here in Indiana too. You know, we've got a governor that has not supported organized labor. We've got a governor that your local union right here at Chrysler 685 did in negotiations with Gatrag and was able to put a plant. No, it wasn't in Howard County, it's in Tipton. But the governor shows up the day of the groundbreaking like, look what I did, and didn't have a single thing to do with that plant coming up here to central Indiana, not one thing. It was a hard work of the local unions right here in Kokomo that did that. And you know, in the state, we got some great candidates this year, and it's my pleasure to introduce a couple of them. One is a guy named Denny Oxley. Denny Oxley is probably the best candidate we've seen in years for lieutenant governor. But there's one little catch here. One little catch here. We've got to elect Jill Long Thompson governor to put Denny to work as lieutenant governor. And again, we got the opportunity right here to have a lieutenant governor in Indiana that's a strong, strong advocate for organized labor and the men and women of organized labor. So without any other delay, let me introduce our next Lieutenant Governor, State Representative Dennis Oxley. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's great to be in Kokomo. It's great to be in Howard County. It's great to be with union brothers and sisters. Isn't it a great day to be a Democrat? You know, as I have traveled around this state, and I've been to almost every corner of it, the overwhelming message, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't have to tell you this, is the fact they tell me, Denny, this economy is not good. It's not working for me. It's not working for average Hoosiers. You agree with that? Yeah. And I agree with that sign right now, right there. This is the year that we ditch Mitch. Right? At a time in Indiana when folks are paying record high gas prices at the pump, when Hoosiers go to the grocery store and get it socked to them when they have to buy their groceries. We're one of the leading states in home foreclosures, ladies and gentlemen. We're one of the worst states in trying to sell homes. We're one of the leading states in personal bankruptcies. One of the leading states in personal bankruptcies. Hoosier workers make 88 cents on the dollar compared to their national counterparts. And we're 44th in the nation in personal income growth. We need to ditch Mitch. I like that. Not to mention the fact, folks, over the last year, the state of Indiana has lost over 45,000 good-paying jobs. You know that. You lost over 600 of them up here recently. Over 45,000 good-paying jobs. Last month, Indiana led the nation in the rate of increase of unemployment growth. We were number one. That's not good enough in Indiana, don't you agree? We can do a whole lot better. And I throw out all these facts and figures to you folks. They are 100% true, and at the same time, We have a governor of this state who wants to travel around this state and tell us how good things are, how rosy the picture is, how good we should feel about ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a governor in office right now. That leads me to two unavoidable conclusions. Either number one, he doesn't know how bad it is out here for working men and women, or number two, he flat out doesn't care. And neither one of those options is good for Indiana. What I'm telling you today is Mitch Daniels is out of touch, and it's time to ditch Mitch. Well, let me tell you what, folks, what he has done, he has reneged on every promise. He has privatized everything that he could. He has outsourced every job that he can, and in turn, we have lost thousands of good-paying Hoosier jobs. Mitch Daniels is to blame for that. So what I'm asking you to do today is to get behind a ticket that has a plan to get this economy moving once again. Jill Long Thompson has that plan, and with your help, with the help that you have always given us, on November the 4th, we're going to have a good night. And on November the 5th, when we wake up the next day, the sun's going to be shining, the birds are going to be chirping, and we're all going to be saying happy days are here again. Thank you very much. God bless you. Great to be with you.
What a great candidate. And you know, folks in this town know best. He was talking about Mitch and his RV. I think you remember well when Mitch Daniels stood right over here at Delphi headquarters and said $10.50 an hour is a good living wage. You remember that well.
We've been given a chance to take back America by electing labor-endorsed candidates, many who you have heard today or have been represented here today. I urge you, get involved. Don't sit down and say I woulda or coulda. Sit down and say I did. That's the only way we're going to win this election. This is the kickoff, but it's not the finish. We need you to work the phone banks. We need you to work the polls. We need you to volunteer anywhere and everywhere. We need to go to our neighborhoods and have backyard barbecues. If you got a neighbor that thinks he's a Republican, you got to work on him. Last election in 2006, when we whooped their ass, we said times 10, and it has to happen again. Everybody out here get 10 people. 10 people to get 10 people. It's all over. Happy days are here again for the Democrats.